So Ezra Miller has currently gone missing. Police can't locate where he is at the moment in order to serve him court papers. Now, this is even worse because now this adds another offense, right? Because he had his charges that I think he's getting served for the cases in Hawaii, for those assault cases. I'm not even going to call them allegations because it was caught on video. It's not alleged. So he's getting charged for that and he's got to get served court papers. But now that the police can't locate him, that's then another charge on top of it because he's actually on the run from the police. Now, this is insane. I don't think I've ever heard of this happening to an actor before. An actor going on the run from the police when trying to be served court papers. Now, he's not going to be arrested for this, so I don't understand why police can't locate him or why he's hiding his location from the police. He's not going to be arrested. He's going to have to pay a really hefty fine. But that he can do. He's not going to go to jail, so I don't understand why he's running. It's not like he's committed some heinous act. It's not like he's murdered someone and now he has to flee and run from the police. It's an assault charge that he's going to have to pay a big fine for and possibly lose out on a few films in his career due to it. And probably, in my opinion, lose the Flash role with DC, which he hasn't lost yet. There are rumors that they're going to be casting Dylan O'Brien in that role, but nothing's concrete. Nothing's concrete saying that he is out of Warner Brothers. He is out of DC, even though I think he should be. But personally, I think he will lose it eventually for all of these crazy cases and this crazy downward spiral he's going through. But for this as well, I don't understand why he's running from the police. Why is he hiding his location? What does he think is going to happen? Either he knows something worse is going to come out, or he's just going through this crazy downward spiral and it's a really bad mental health episode. And that's where I think he's at personally. I think he's going through a really bad, rough period in his life, and while that is absolutely no excuse for his behavior and for the actions he's done lately over in Hawaii, and even before that, I think it was, I don't know, it might have been in New York or Chicago about 2 years ago where he strangled that woman and started kind of physically assaulting a woman who wanted a photo with him. Even though he said no, she kept pestering and eventually he assaulted her and it was caught on video. So I think since then he's been going down this downward spiral and it's just not looking good. I think he needs help. I really think he does need help. He needs to go somewhere where they can treat this, where he can sort of get back to, I guess, the person he used to be. Because, believe it or not, there was a period of his life, of his career, while I don't know what was going on behind closed doors, but I know for a fact he wasn't in the newspaper, he wasn't in the news segments every single day for a new kind of allegation, for a new just big thing. Even just like a week ago, there was an allegation that came out saying he groomed a 12-year-old girl. So it's like new stuff every week, piling on top, piling on top. You could just see he's going down a downward spiral, but there was a solid 10 years where this didn't happen. You know, he shot up to stardom, I want to say, for Perks of Being a Wallflower. Now, for those early years of his career, this stuff wasn't being heard about. Maybe it was happening, I don't know, but it wasn't being talked about. So it leads me to believe that this stuff wasn't happening, that he's going through a really rough period these last 2 years, and I want to know what's going on. I want to know why no one has reached out to help him. And this is a sad thing, right? This is a sad thing that happens to these actors. You get these people who shoot up into stardom. You know, he's in Fantastic Beasts. He's cast as the Flash. Perks of Being a Wallflower was an indie movie that was still a massive success and shot him up into superstardom. And just like we've seen Johnny Depp, just like we've seen with Charlie Sheen, many of these huge actors start getting drug addictions, start having alcohol abuse problems, and they just go down this downward spiral because at the end of the day, a human isn't meant to deal with all of these stresses, all of these pressures, and the whole world knowing who you are. And some people, that cracks them. Some people, it breaks them. It takes a very strong person to not be broken by being a massive celebrity. Like, it must be difficult. It must be really hard. And you have a lot of leeches around you who are probably asking for things, and they won't tell you when you do something wrong. They won't tell you to pull your head in because you're the one giving them the paycheck. You're the one giving them the money. And I think that's the issue with Ezra Miller, is he's gone down this downward spiral because no one was telling him enough's enough. You're being an idiot. Pull your head in. No one was telling him anything because he was giving them money, and they were around him because of the money and the fame, and now it's gone too far. They've probably all left, and he's just in a really dark spot. We've seen this time and time again with huge celebrities, with huge actors, with just anything, musicians. We see it happen over and over again, and we've seen the worst outcome. We've seen people go and do the, untalkable act of committing suicide, and we see it go down that downward spiral. And I'm not saying that's going to happen to Ezra Miller, but I am saying that it's very sad because we see this time and time again, and he's still not got help. So no one's out there helping him. It's a really sad case, but I wanted to touch on it because it's news, and I had to talk about it, and I wonder what your thoughts are on the whole issue, whether you think he's going through a bad mental health episode, or whether you think he's just always been, I guess, a bad person. And also let me know your thoughts on whether you think he should be cancelled, whether he should be out of Warner Brothers casting, whether he shouldn't be the Flash anymore in DC. That's my opinion, but let me know your thoughts. Do you think he should still remain the Flash? What do you think is going to happen with this Justice League film? I don't know. You let me know. I'm confused about what they're doing because they haven't quite put out a statement yet as to what's going to happen with Ezra Miller. So let me know in the comment section your thoughts below.